Okay, let's get started. Welcome everyone to Credit Chronicles, Navigating the Future with Financial Savvy. My name is Carlos Linares, but you could just say Carlos. However that rolls out of your mouth. But if you really want to roll it and really impress me and really go, what is your name? I will tell you, Carlos. Carlos Linares. It's a beautiful name. I love my name. And I love it when people can roll the R. But if you can't, I'm incredibly forgiving. Your French is impeccable. Bienvenida, bienvenida. Guys, before I get started, one of the first things we need to do when we're presenting is we need to know who is the audience we're addressing. So I need to know who the heck's in the room. You guys mind if we do a quick roll attendance type thing? Just tell me if you want to share your name, if you want to share what you do, and then lastly, what you hope to get out of this 50 minutes we have together. Popcorn, or should we just go from somewhere? What do you guys think? Oh.
I'm Gary Limbrough. And I'm at a charter school, and I'm a CTE director, and I also teach financial literacy.
Okay. What do you hope to get? You're a pro. Why are you here?
I don't know. Navigating with the future. I want more financial savvy.
Okay.
More. You can always learn more.
Maybe this word.
My name's Greg Abner. I'm from Sound High School, middle of nowhere, southeast Utah. Business teacher at San Juan, and I also teach financial literacy, and I'm just hoping to get more tools to teach financial literacy.
Brilliant. Welcome.
Rocky Wilsberg, Logan High, just trying to get financially savvy.
Stealing my presentation. Okay. Nice, nice.
I'm DJ Ford, I teach at Lebo. I don't teach financial literacy, but I teach the investing and wealth management class, so we're just trying to add more tools to teach the kids credit.
Okay. Right on. Welcome. Gentlemen.
Gary Page, Westlake High School, been teaching it for decades, and I'm now transitioning actually. I'm an actual teacher.
I'm sorry and congratulations.
I'm Carson Cook, teach at Lehigh High School, business teacher and financial literacy teacher. Like other teachers have said, just trying to find more tools, more ways to improve.
Love it. Welcome.
Ken Jefferson, I teach at Mountain View, same thing, looking for cool stuff.
Boy, the bar is high today. Okay. Sir?
Mark Swenson, Layton High School.
Why are you here,
teach
Mark?
Business and financial literacy classes. Always looking for new resources, new tools, new things to help me teach my students.
Right on. Welcome.
Angela Sargent, Mountain View High School. I teach financial literacy and business and marketing courses. I want to shake it up in the classroom and just get the kids as excited as I am about financial literacy, and just change is good.
I'm going to scare the crap out of you guys today.
Great.
Yeah, I will.
JB London, I am the adult educator for Dishon School District, and I taught financial literacy for 18 years. And I just want to make sure that what I'm teaching is still the most up-to-date information.
Ah. No, this way or this way? You guys choose.
Okay. I'm Sarasota Workview. I teach at Little Peak High School. I teach financial literacy and U.S. history. Those two things. I'm just going to soak it in. Soak it all.
Right on. Welcome.
I'm here. Okay, Shelley Timothy, I'm at Toole High School. I teach a number of subjects, one of those being general financial literacy, and I'm looking for ways for kids to learn about credit. I think that's a big, important
yes.
thing.
Yes. Welcome.
My name is Michelle Van Giesen. I teach at Taylorsville High School. I'm here because I teach financial literacy, and I love it. I've taught it for a little over 10 years. And I'm here because your description said cutting edge and innovative. So that got me.
I gotcha.
So I want to see what's new.
What's new?
Yeah.
Either way.
I'm John Johnson, financial literacy teacher as well as some other stuff, and I'm just looking for something that'll blow the kids' minds.
Sweet.
Jennifer Clark, I teach at Morgan High School. Just really looking for some new activity ideas for kids in the classroom.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Leslie Newman, a family consumer science major, could teach financial lit, not currently teaching, but I was very intrigued by your title and stuff, so
What?
I'm fascinated.
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what I was about ready to say. I'm like, Chronicles, but credit?
What the?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I was hoping to learn how to roll my R better. So,
We'll work on it.
yeah, Jason Talent, South Superior High School.
Okay. Well,
Transitioning from the middle school to the high school, so.
oh,
So, yeah, I'm just absorbing.
I don't know if that's a good move or a challenging move or, I don't know. Good luck to you.
James Morse, and I teach at Horizonte High School in downtown Salt Lake.
You're gonna make people
I love Horizonte. Bless
And
you.
so-
Mm,
and I'm sad that Gary's leaving. Gary gave us great resources for many decades.
wow.
You're absolutely welcome, and hopefully they'll be on UEN and on the new website soon.
So if you don't know Gary, you gotta get his email if you're brand new to teaching financial literacy.
Sweet. Did I miss anyone? Where in the world were you guys when I was in high school? I made so many credit mistakes, financial mistakes. Where, can I swear? Where the heck were you guys? We're in Utah.
No, you're in Draper, though.
Draper.
Since you get past the point of mountain, you can't swear. But
I love hearing that you guys, financial literacy, oh my gosh. And I keep thinking back in the day, why don't we have this? Why did I have to learn the hard way, trial and error? Oh, this is great. All right, just a quick background. So I've been in the business world for a long time. I've been a collector. I used to assign repossession agencies to go and pick up cars. When people would go into their, pay for gas, I'd have them pick up a car. If they were in a Native American reservation, I'd have them go in, pick up a car, and get shot a few times. It was crazy, and I love my job. Because it was exciting, and the stories I would hear from them. I wouldn't pick the cars up myself, but I would have them do it. I've been in underwriting. I love underwriting. I love the whole process of what it looks like. We're ridiculous at asking for every single detail, and just when we think, I think we're good, we're gonna ask for more documentation. Just because we can. I've been a chamber president. I've worked in private banking, used to wear the cufflinks, nice shiny shoes, the suits. Now look at me. I'm free. I'm emancipated. I've been an SBDC director, that means Small Business Development Center, so I've worked with small business owners, I've worked with entrepreneurs, both young students and very seasoned entrepreneurs that just want to expand. I've also been still do some consulting actually for small businesses, and I've taught, excuse me, at business schools through Weber State, Westminster, Shanghai, in finance, both domestically and internationally. So I love business is my life. Business is my life. But credit is important. So before we get started, you guys are experts. We need foundational knowledge. What is credit? What is credit? By the way, this is not a rhetorical session, so if you're here just to chill and let Carlos speak, let Carlos speak, this is not that classroom. You snuck in. What's your name?
Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Nice.
Nice to meet you. What's your background?
Actually, I came from the finance world into the classroom.
Oh,
Yeah. This is a weird process.
what's credit?
use of money or something with the promise to pay it back later with interest.
Cool. Did you look at my notes? Anything else? Is that the only definition of credit?
To receive today and pay later.
Receive today, pay later.
The borrowing of money.
Borrowing of money.
Or something of value.
Or something of value. Boy, you guys are pros. All right, you guys nailed it. It's a contractual agreement between the lender and the borrower where one receives something for something else, but in exchange for paying it at a later date with interest. That's what makes this whole thing a little bit different, with interest. And it's that interest that really plays a dynamic in how we borrow, in how we work with finance. So this has been going on for ages, long, long ago, over 5,000 years. David Graeber talked about it, how we've always been in the world of lending, in debt. We've always done ways to continue that throughout the ancient civilization. So, what are some examples of credit? Examples of credit. You guys defined it perfectly, but what would you say are some examples of credit?
Mortgage.
Mortgage.
Credit card.
Credit cards.
Auto loans.
Auto loans. Did we get them all? Student loans.
Small business loan.
Small business loans. What's an LOC? Could be a couple of things, actually, now I think about it. Line of credit, which is maybe another fancy word for saying credit card, right? So there's all kinds of different credit that we use, that we incorporate today to move us forward, to advance us forward. Does every country have credit?
No.
Probably not.
No? I don't think so.
Not the way that we do.
Not the way we do. Some countries can't get a house unless they have cash.
My husband is Chileno, and they, like, literally, if you don't have the money, you don't buy a house.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's no such thing as like, what do you mean? You want us to give you the money up front and you pay it later? Yeah.
And there are just needs that we have a mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, we tell them how much we're paying, and they're like, that's just crazy.
It's, credit cards are perhaps the most ubiquitous medium that we have right now, where we have the credit issuing bank. They serve as the intermediary. They pay it up front for you. You get a car, they pay for the car up front. You get a house, they pay for the house up front. A house. Yes, folks, a house up front. And then they're like, okay, now you owe us. You pay us back. Or don't you? Does everybody always pay back?
No.
That's where credit scores come in. What are credit scores? Give me an example of a credit score. 750.
Really measure of risk.
Measure of risk. I interrupted you.
That's it.
Measure of risk. I like that. Anything else? Credit
How well
score.
you pay your bills, how well you pay your loans.
Most of the time, when it's FICO.
FICO. That's a cute term. You know what it means?
I don't
Fair,
know.
Yes. Y'all are financial literacy people. You don't know what FICO means? You will learn today what FICO means. I don't want anyone to walk out without knowing what the heck FICO means. Okay? You will know today. Credit scores. Anything else? These are great. These are great.
It's a number to determine creditworthiness.
A number, an evaluation, a score, right? Do you know your credit score?
Yes.
Yeah.
Roughly it changes.
Oh, it's not constant? Well, how often does it change?
Anytime you take out and you change without doing anything.
It can change at any given point, but it does take a snapshot of when that's pulled, right? It takes a snapshot, so it can change. It's always climbing, right? It's always going up. No. Oh gosh. I'll show you guys a cool little chart that we as bankers use, where we can tell literally the life of someone based on their credit. Literally the life, the entire life. We can almost predict what happened to them. And I love doing this as an underwriter. I'm like, ooh, this is an interesting one.
As financial literacy teachers, ours are always going up.
You know,
That's not true.
it's interesting. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll admit mine is going down, and the reason mine is going down is because I'm in my years, I'm not using credit as much.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's still over 800, but paid off the house, not doing auto loans. So even if you're doing good things with credit, that doesn't always mean it's going up.
Ah. I know, and we'll get into this next slide, but as bankers, I used to be a banker, they look at your credit pretty detailed, fine-tooth. Why would they do that? Why would they care? If you're good at numbers,
They want to be paid back.
I don't know how you're using
as an employee, they look at your credit significantly. Why would a financial institution look so cautiously at one's credit?
Past behavior.
Temptation. Desperation. I mean, people don't embezzle because they set out to do that. They do it because they get into trouble and they get desperate.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
So we have to be looking and being aware of what we're doing.
So if you're a bank and you're hiring folks, would you want to pull their credit?
Yeah,
Why would you want to pull their credit?
look at the history. See what's on there, especially if you could see the whole history instead of just right now. I don't know if that's what you guys could do.
If I'm looking at hiring you guys, I'm the bank and I'm hiring you guys, I want to know, you're going to give advice to our customers and your credit scores five. We'll say five. You're going to give advice to our customers? Get your financial affairs in order first before you start helping others out. That's the world that I grew up in. So bankers always, to you guys' point, financial literacy teachers, y'all know better. I'm not judging, I'm not here to, this is not church, there's no confession that we're gonna have, but y'all know better. So as you're talking to your students, you can even talk about your own experience of what you went through, right? To see how you've learned, what you've gained as you come out of that. Credit scores. Lenders are not the only ones who look at these. We have employers, we have insurance, we even have landlords looking at this, right? We have landlords. Why would a landlord be interested in your credit? As long as they get their rent money.
Oh.
They want to make sure they get the rent.
I'm a landlord.
You're a landlord. Why do you care about a credit score?
It's an indicator. It's an indicator of responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's correlations like to how you take care of stuff. Right? Like higher credit score. I'm not saying that's 100% true, but statistically there's stronger correlations to how well you take care of stuff the higher your credit score. So that's why they look at stuff like that. Similar to insurance, the probability of you being in an accident is less with a higher credit score. So.
But I like that family. They're great. They go to the same church as I do.
It's a business decision.
I really want to help them out.
No, it's a
Like
business
them when
decision.
they're not paying.
Because you're turning over an asset of upwards of $500 to $1 million. James?
James, what is someone, maybe not you, what is someone likely to do in that scenario where, you know what, I really like them. I really want to give them the house. I really want to qualify them for the new phone. I really want to qualify them for a car. I really want them to get this house. They're good peeps. What might a financial institution, a lender, a creditor do in order to make that happen when their credit's in the, what might they do?
Charge them more interest.
Charge them more?
More interest.
Charge them a higher interest.
Why?
Scandalous!
Why? Why is that? Why? They've literally
greater
the
risk.
least that can afford it, so why, and where's the benefit? How does that help them? I've always wondered that. So what, they get a lot more at the front because the interest is higher, so that when they bail on them down the way, they may have already covered their losses? Is that with the higher interest rate?
I was hired to come teach this class about credit, not about moral ethics. You bring a very good point.
I mean, actually,
You really
and- yeah, and it's not just the moral ethics, I don't understand the logic either.
Yeah, it's almost like a vicious cycle where they're trying to come out, they're trying to climb out. It's the individual that's looking for a job but doesn't have the experience. You're like, well, give me the experience. Can I show you? Can you teach me?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, get some experience. Well, how the heck do you expect me to get experience when you won't hire me? Good point. Good point. Sometimes we do have to take that risk. We do have to. I'm a landlord as well, and I've learned some credit sucks, but I'll talk to them. I'll go, what's your scenario? What happened to you? I had a medical situation. Just got a divorce. I lost my mom. I lost my wife. I lost my husband. I lost everything. So am I just gonna, well, good luck to ya. You're not moving in here. I may go, here's what I'm willing to do. Because I like you. You also gotta see if there's, and we're gonna talk about these things that you like, right? But there's sometimes ways that we can get around it if we're willing to help them. All right, guys. Are you guys still awake? Still? Yes.
So when you were lending, that's one thing that I've always thought was interesting, right? Because every person's different, and I'm sure credit scores, just like anything, are not perfect, obviously, right? I mean, if someone has a ton of money and just doesn't use credit, then they don't. I mean, there's nothing there, right? Or, you know, like you were saying, maybe somebody had something traumatic happen in their life, which like crush their credit, but it's like a one-time major event. So like when you were in lending and banking, did you guys have like other things that you looked at besides credit?
Brilliant. Tell me your name.
John.
John. Brilliant question, John. We were the gray. We were the in-between. You've heard of auto approval, auto decline. We were the ones that were right in the middle. Like, we need to have a come to you-know-who talk. And so that's where we would find out what's going on with this. We would peel the onion, as it were. Well, what's really going on here? How long have they had this credit? How long have they been in collections? How many collections do they actually have? Oh, this is just a medical bill for $78 that they haven't paid? Sir, do you know you have a $78 medical bill? I paid that off. Can I send you some, can you show me some evidence that you paid it off? Yeah. Let me find you some. And they'll send it over. And because they didn't pay it on time, they added another charge and so forth. Well, I had no idea this was on my credit. So there's mitigating circumstances that we look at. And back in the day, if someone had a bad debt, they charged off, you get called in, the manager, Carlos, remember Cynthia Jackson? No. Well, Cynthia just filed bankruptcy. And you're in trouble. You're in trouble because they're like, what happened? What did you miss? What did you not see? I'm like, I'd go back and I would look at all the mitigating circumstances. I'd be, this is what I saw. And they're like, okay, we're going to keep your credit line at this amount, but we're going to hold off until we can see that you actually can make good decisions as a lender. Ooh. It's that kind of situation where you're also on the hook. You're vouching for someone. When you stick your neck out for them, you are vouching for them. Nothing wrong with that, but as a lender, you also are there to protect the interest of the institution that you work with. Great scenarios, great scenarios. FICO, what does FICO mean? Fair Isaac and Company. Started way back in 1956, thank you. 1956, by an engineer and a mathematician, and they started this data science company, and they called it the Fair Isaac and Company, now called the Fair Isaac Corporation. How many locations are there? A ton. They're domestic, they're international, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. What do they evaluate? 3 things. Well, mainly one, but creditworthiness, interest rate, credit limit. Is there only one credit agency? Just the Fair Isaac and Company, Fair Isaac Corporation? No. What others are there?
Vantage.
Which one?
Vantage.
Vantage. Yes. Advantage is
Experience? Is it part of
Experian
experience?
and Equifax, Experian, Equifax, and boom. Yeah. I'm with the Harvard financial literacy people. This is amazing. You guys got this. Okay. Here's what they evaluate. The scores range from 300 to 850. Don't let anybody tell you it's from 250 to 900. Those are for what? Those are Moody's, Standard & Poor's. Those are evaluating what types of entities? Business. Those are business. So there are scores that range between 250 and 900. But for consumer, we're looking at 300 to 850. So 579, and this is arbitrary, okay? This is arbitrary. I know you guys probably have other scores you've seen. Sorry that this is blocking me out. It's recording me. Hello? Less than 579 is considered, we're just going to say the term poor. It sucks, okay? Some of you might go, that's not too bad, actually. That's my score right now. Fair, 580 to 669. Good, 670 to 739. And then another super fancy term, very good, 740 to 799. And then the home run, also known, you can't see it there because I'm blocking it, it's exceptional, 800 plus. 800 plus. I'm going to brag a little bit, okay, because this just happened. My last pull on my credit card, on my credit, anyone want to take a guess?
Over 800, obviously.
James, damn Skippy. Yes. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
812.
Oh.
812. 812. Can anybody beat 812? Okay, we're moving on to the next slide. You guys are awesome.
But really, if you're, honestly, what I've always told my students is if you're anywhere close to 800, it probably doesn't really make a big difference as far as your costs.
And you're absolutely right. Once you're neighboring those heights, you know, you get the world opens up a little bit. So what does FICO calculate? 5 characteristics. What are they? Payment history. Can anyone read these?
Amounts owed, like the credit history, credit mix, new credit.
Yes. Yes. Payment history. Can anybody else read that underneath it? It's in blue. What are we looking at in payment history?
Pay them on time.
Do you pay on time? What else?
How much did you pay?
How much do you pay when you pay on time? You pay the full balance, you pay the minimum, or somewhere in between? How much of that calculates into the number? What percentage? That's significant, right? That's over a third. What's the next one? Another reader, please. Bueller? Sorry if you guys can't see it. Amounts owed, which is what?
30%. Oh.
30%, that's the percentage of that it calculates, but how much of the credit you're allowed to do you use? So if you have a $5,000 credit limit, how much do you use?
30%.
Did you know that already?
Yeah.
I love you guys.
But don't use that much. You don't have to use it.
No,
That's
I would
what-
say
You don't
10,
have to, yeah,
10
don't.
to
Why is that
30%.
like, don't carry balance?
And isn't it true that you would be wiser to spread the debt amongst 5 cards and keep it under 30% than go over 30 or 50% on one card?
Well,
There's no reason to have that code.
I'm your lender, I'm your loan officer, right? What do you think Mr. Carlos would say about that?
Well, I think it's risky either way, but at the same time, doesn't it give you like a red flag if it jumps over 50% or something?
It could, so just so you know, the Fair Isaac Company, FICO, and many other credit bureau agencies, we already have answers to decline you. Even on scores 850, we have reasons to decline you. They may not be 4 reasons, they may be 3. I've seen 2, but there's always something. Therefore, it is not absolutely perfect. It strives for more. It strives for, you could do better. You could do better. So we could easily decline it or approve it. I'll tell you why I would decline it right up front. Why? Too many lines of credit that are open. Here's why I would approve it. Hoping that they're not up to the credit limit,
Lots of available credit.
you have available credit, you're using it responsibly. I don't see this as a risk. How long have you had those credit cards? I would look at that as well. 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? Are you shopping around at Nordy's, Dillard's, Macy's? Where are you shopping? Are you car hopping? If you're car hopping, is that bad that you get like 10 inquiries, 15 inquiries? That's what they do when you car shop. They're called soft pulls. So when you tell me, whoa, you got a lot, when I tell you as a lender, you got a lot of credit inquiries, what's going on? I see you've been at Tim Dolly, I see you've been at Ken Garff. I know you're car shopping. They're gonna do that. So then I already had that mitigated, like, okay, he's not just spreading it, applying everywhere. They're car shopping right now. Length of credit history. The longer you have an account, is that good? The longer you have an account?
Yeah.
Do we like that?
And are they still saying you wanna have at least 7 years on average?
No.
No.
No, my dear, we're saying we'd like to see 70 years. I'm being facetious when I say that. The longer the better. The last thing you want to do, and this is in a future slide, is to close your account.
Especially your oldest accounts.
Especially that. If you must, again, it's in a future slide, and I'll send these slides to you if you guys want. If you must close something, do not close your older accounts, close your newer accounts. We want to see that length of credit history. We want to see that. That's got to be there. If you have a card you haven't used from Mervyn's, I'm going to say one, let's see if you guys really know. ZCMI. That's a classic, actually. That you could probably sell that. Keep it, yeah. They're probably closed.
You've heard of these like credit card hackers, right?
Yeah.
So my wife is one, I'll disclose that, like, where, I don't know how many cards we have, okay, but we have a lot. But we get one to hit, and we have a business that we use to spin, to hit that $4,000 or $6,000, and we get the $100,000 in points, right? Why does that not impact our credit? Like my old, like what I used to know, like it seems like there's a gap, I'm missing something. How can we have so many cards, like, so we'll use them, hit the whatever purchase amount that we need to hit, and then that card goes in the safe, we don't close it, because I've been told not to close it.
Yeah.
Why, help me understand how you can have so many cards and it's not adversely impacting our credit.
And you're not reaching the limit.
No. We'll be like, so if it's like a $10,000 limit, but you have to spend like 4,000 to hit your 100,000 in points, your bonus points, and then we'll hit that 4,000, and then that card goes away, and then we'll look for the next card that you get a big bonus. Why is that?
You paid it off. You paid it off.
And you pay it off every month.
You paid it off, and you paid it off, and you paid it off.
You
paid it off.
Is it just because they're not, they're not caring about that we have like 12 cards that are
No, as long as
have
you
a credit limit that adds up, it's crazy. It's just because
you're paying it off, it shows your level of responsibility. You can actually, we could mitigate with all these cards. You're still able not to max them all out, go crazy, and not be able to pay them on time. You're paying them off, which speaks volumes for itself. Guys, it's 10:50. I have so much more to cover. So, 2 more minutes, 3 minutes, or you guys need to go? Okay. You all know the 5 C's of credit. I'm going to skip through this. This is what I was going to say. It's interesting, someone's life through credit, right? We can tell when they first started out, when they got their credit cards, they got their first car, they're going to school, they get married, they get a divorce, medical situation, maybe they lost their house, maybe they lost a whole bunch of things, their credit's now slipping, they're not able to make payments on time, they're getting older, maybe they're seeing a little bit, they're making more income, their credit lines are larger, and then you kind of see at their golden years, there's not a lot of activity. Why? They paid off their house, they paid off their debt, they paid off they're free, they're good. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is I said I was gonna scare you guys. So you guys know about predatory lending, right? So I say never, ever, 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 ever go to a predatory lender. Why? There are all the reasons up there.
So I helped a friend of mine out. He was really young, made a lot of bad decisions, and I was like went through his finances with him. We were trying to figure out like what he needed to pay off. And he called in a place that he borrowed money from, and when he found out the interest rate, he like almost died. So he didn't even know what the interest rate was that he was paying, but it was over 500%. It was like 500 and something percent.
I looked these up last night. My material is new. Here are 3. You guys tell me. Don't take my word for it. This is, you guys have heard of Payday? Payday loan? $100 finance charge. APR? 4. You guys probably can't see it. Can someone see it closely? 464%.
Up to 650 or something like that. That's like the limit.
Don't take my thunder. I'm kind of working it. I'm trying to like.
Well, you have like 2 minutes left.
Okay. Okay. Check this one out. Here's another one. Money for you goes 320, 370, right? Ooh, you guys she already said 500.
Hey, that's a lot less.
All right. Look at this one. This is Minute Loan Center. 403, 500, 423, 500, 443, 453, 443, 464, 300. And Minute Loan Center now offers credit cards. Oh no! Oh, I'm about to now. This is where I scare you guys. This is the kicker where I close the presentation. For balances up to 5,000 between 179% and.
Oh my God, 201?
No, that's the 7.
Oh my gosh.
701.5625%. 700%. Don't take my word for it. And do they disclose this right on their homepage?
It's this big.
Oh no, I had to dig a little bit, but they have to disclose it. They have to disclose it.
There's no Schumer box. What the heck?
Folks, I love what you're doing. I love that you're engaging our young people in not getting into these hot messes. Keep the good work. Keep up the good work. You guys are rock stars in my book. I truly wish I had you guys back in the day when I was in high school. So I want to thank you guys for your time, for coming hanging out with me. And if there's anything I could do, my contact info is here. You're welcome to find me on LinkedIn, mbawhat@gmail.com. Call, text me. Would love to talk with you guys on anything. If I didn't cover anything, please reconnect with me. Would love to connect with you guys again. Thank you so much. Enjoy your conference.
Thank you.